Okay. Hier. Äh, 29. I spent some time suppressing my fear, then left the unmanned hotel. I headed south down the road before coming across an intersection. A sharp sound suddenly pierced my ears, and I realized something was wrong. Police cars, fire trucks, and ambulances were coming and going endlessly in every direction.
What's happening?
Accidents are occurring nationwide. Verification errors are suspected to be the cause. Let's go to Oshima, who's reporting to us live from Tokyo Station.
This is the situation at Tokyo Station. The verification errors are making it impossible for many passengers to pass through the ticket gates. The lines here are stretching outside. We've had these on since right after the errors started, right?
Yeah. We were kinda scared at first, 'cause we didn't recognize each other.
What caused this accident?
There was a verification error during inspection, and we weren't able to control the drainage anymore. We all worked hard to fix it, but the water flooded and started flowing towards the residential area.
Do you have an estimate for when the issue will be resolved?
We don't. Not yet.
You're just seriously gonna break the window? The heating doesn't work. If we stay here, we'll freeze to death. All right, we're leaving.
Shelters are being opened for the many commuters who will probably not make it home. The verification errors have paralyzed most public transportation. Please avoid traveling unless absolutely necessary.
We're being told that the number of 119 calls has been through the roof. As the situation is very volatile, please wait for help if possible. If you feel you are in danger, however, please move somewhere safer. Similar things are happening in other countries, but their relationship with the events here in Japan is currently unknown.
Why is this happening? Is it because of the quest?
As I read through the hacker's opinions, a terrible sense of dread came over me. That was when...
Look out for the bus!
The bus crashed into a streetlight just meters ahead of me. The streetlight was bent from the bottom, while the front of the bus was badly crushed.
Are the people inside okay?
There's no one in there! What a relief.
How could a self-driving bus crash?
This may have been caused by the verification errors too.
Hey, look at that smoke! Is something burning?
Oh no. Is that in Shinjuku?
They were looking at the sky several kilometers away. Black smoke was billowing up.
I found a post about it. It's an elementary school. An army chopper crashed into it and now it's on fire.
A chopper? Are the children okay?
It's been reported, but they're saying that help is taking forever to come.
What are the cops and firefighters doing?
Will they be okay?
Let's go help. We can't just stand here.
The group ran towards the black smoke, but my legs were shaking and I couldn't move. As I rode through the locations of the malfunctioning IoT devices, the chaos I caught sight of was hard to watch. Fires, car crashes, and floods everywhere, as well as assholes with weird marks on their faces stealing stuff. All the disasters had left people scared and confused.
Damn it. You fucking had to involve innocents, huh?
The high hack had involved over 200 people, but even more were getting dragged into this mess. This shit wasn't even limited to Japan. It was just like this in every country that depended on the picked OS.
Mirage?
But a comms request from someone I didn't recognize, no one I knew used that name.
This has gotta be close-range comms.
That could only mean it was some other hacker involved in the quest. When I completed the high hack quest and got famous among hackers, I blocked contact from strangers. I did leave close-range comms open though. I looked around. There was nothing ahead, nor to the side.
So it's them, huh?
I checked behind me on the greatest camera and saw a bunch of people closing in. One was on a motorbike, one in a sports car, another on an electric scooter, and...
Hell? Has that guy attached drones to his shoes?
He wasn't even wearing a helmet, and I thought I was being reckless with my graper. The guy on a motorbike pulled up right next to me and raised his voice.
Come on, quit rejecting my requests. Let's talk on BMI.
So this was the Mirage guy.
Sorry, but I'm in a hurry.
The quest's going well, huh? Share your info with me, will ya?
Hold on! Forget that loser! Team up with me instead!
Ah! It's the real Bolon! Look at me!
Just fight each other and crash or something, come on!
Damn it.
I didn't know any of these people. We'd never met, but they were acting like they'd known me for life. I guess I didn't take long to warm to people either, though, huh?
What do you guys want? Why are you trying to complete the quest?
The prestige goes to whichever hacker beats the quest, right?
Get the fuck out with that bullshit! It's all about the money!
I just want to watch you work from up close, Bolon!
Oh, I'm just a streamer. My viewers are growing like crazy right now.
Man, I don't like this.
So many people were suffering under all the chaos, but all these guys cared about was money and prestige. This was why I hated hackers. It made sense to share quest info, and it was thanks to the other hackers that I even found out Tokyo Mitsubishi Bank was under attack. But I really didn't want to team up with people who were only in it for themselves. Plus I'd made a promise to Momo and I planned to keep it.
No way in hell am I...
Before I could finish, I noticed a van behind me gunning it in my direction. I couldn't get out of its way in time and my graper scraped it a little.
What the fuck you doing, asshole?
I straightened out my right. The van dropped back to about 10 meters behind me out of my field of view. Were they about to ram me again? At that moment, the intersection traffic lights changed color. They all switched to green, but their timing was real sketchy. It wasn't just the ones for the direction I was heading, even the lights for the intersecting roads had gone green. Someone was hacking them.
Dodge it, damn it!
God damn!
Cars were approaching me from both sides. It was too late to hit the brakes now. There was only one thing I could do. I accelerated right into the intersection. Running back left and right. Multiple cars were racing toward me, blaring their horns. This was crazy. I felt like I was in the eye of a storm. I did what I could to steel my nerves and...
There!
I rushed through the small gap between them.
Make it!
My graper scraped a car and leaned hard, but there was no time to stabilize. If I slowed down even a little, I'd crash immediately. I pulled out of the intersection. Looking behind me, I saw that the motorbike hacker had crashed, while the obstacles had blocked the others. However, the van that had drove into me was pushing surrounding cars aside to open up the path and come after me.
Shh, hold on. A bunch of hackers are working together to take you out. It's all being streamed, too. They know exactly where you are.
So running will only make things worse.
You have an idea?
I'll show them there's no point in messing with me.
I slowed down, jumped onto the sidewalk, then got my graper to self-drive someplace else. Next, I ran up to this ran up the stairs to Roppongi Hills. I had to make myself as visible as possible. The van that was after me stopped at the sidewalk and about 5 or 6 people jumped out. The hackers that first approached me caught up too, bringing my audience up to about 10. The guy with the drone shoes let loose a smaller drone from his bag. He probably wanted a better shot of me. The world was going to see whatever I did and hear whatever I said. Fine by me.
Alright, listen up!
As I raised my voice, someone hacked the AR vision next to me, putting my face on its giant screen. Some of the hackers laughed when they saw it.
You sure are laid back, huh, you goddamn third rates? Money? Fame? Is that all you care about? No wonder you all suck. I'm here to help whoever's in a jam. I always give it my all, no holding back. You say I'm a pain in the ass? That is none of my business? I don't give a damn.
Who do you think you are?
Shut up, you hypocrite!
But you ain't got a clue why I'm like that, huh? Even though it's so obvious. It's 'cause that's what I believe in.
Are you fucked in the head?
You're so cool, Paulon!
Don't talk like you're better than us!
You want your ass handed to you, punk?
I got booed, but I didn't care.
Hey, top rankers, you hearing this? Think you can finish the quest? Over my dead body, bitches! The one who's gonna end the face hack is me, Polon! Ditch your impossible dreams and give me all you've got! Info, routes, channels, whatever's needed for the quest! I'm gonna solve the shit out of this quest. This is my way of life, so keep your eyes wide open and watch me!
I noticed a massive increase in posts on 4chan. I opened the site and saw that the uproar was down to a URL.
Hold on?
It was a stream showing him, the boy I'd parted ways with a few days ago.
I'm here to help whoever's in a jam. I always give it my all, no holding back. You say I'm a pain in the ass? That is none of— But you ain't got a clue. It's 'cause that's— Ditch your impossible— I'm gonna solve the shit out of this quest. This is my way of life.
It said that he would still go after Cicada, and he was actually— hadn't changed. Even now, he was staying true to his ideals. For his ideals, he'd gladly take any risk, and he'd do it all filled with confidence. But I...
Whoa! Takaoka! That was so cool! You actually declared war on every hacker in the world! You're a man's man, man! I almost peed myself with excitement!
I'm not sure if that was manly. He just acted cocky and made more enemies.
I can't.
You haven't run that much yet. Maybe you're not as fit as before, huh?
Wait, you're on foot? Did your graper break?
He's got it self-driving to distract the pursuers.
I assumed I could get them to give up by dropping some truth bombs, but the hackers were more serious about the quest than I'd expected. I'd had to rely on cross, decoys, and good old sprinting to finally lose those dweebs.
That tough guy act was the right idea. If you'd come across like some easy mark, I doubt they would have let you off with such a light chase. That excessive self-confidence of yours has got those hackers doubting themselves. You actually made a good decision for a change.
Whatever. Let's just move on.
The video's trending on YouTube.
I always put the past behind me.
Cross's unexpected praise had only made it harder for me to breathe. Honestly, I was in pain. I really didn't want to run any further.
The device is in front of you and to the left.
Okay.
I approached one of the malfunctioning IoT devices, in this case a vending machine. But...
Give me a sec.
I stabilized my breathing.
Alright.
I looked back to the vending machine in front of me. I connected my carrier node to a maintenance port in the bottom right.
I prepped an entry point for you. Help me check this out.
Cross didn't reply, but the next moment I got a load of data.
This is the comms log. The malfunction happened at
756. It's the only one with a different sender.
I ran a search for the MSC K8100 I found in the data.
A new security camera model?
The data was sent from Shibuya.
What could a security camera in Shibuya have sent to this vending machine?
I'll analyze it.
I looked over the details of MSC, blah blah blah, but I waited for the results. This thing was deployed as an overseas IT company, by an overseas IT company, and it was released 2 months ago. The local seller was based in Nagoya. It was a smart camera that could recognize faces and automatically identify suspicious characters.
Don't tell me.
You found something?
Just a theory for now. Give me a sec.
Cross was being cautious. He must have found some pretty significant info.
Just tell me your theory.
The vending machine received a bot virus. It was taken over and made to forward its processing power. That means...
distributed computing.
Man. Distributed computing, method of computing that distributes processing load between multiple... If a parent computer controlled the processing power of multiple children computers, they could act in unison as a single powerful unit. This was called distributed computing. In this case, the parent must have been the camera in Shibuya.
IoT devices are pretty powerful these days. With enough of them, you can get yourself a whole lot of processing power.
So Cicada used these...
I'm investigating the parent devices so I can figure that out. It's hacking something outside its network, that's for sure.
So we gotta determine the target.
Ross shared with me a window that displayed the hacking pathway. The line went from Shibuya to China, Vietnam, Russia, and finally...
PictOS!
It ended at the PictOS servers at a Japanese data center.
So Cicada used IoT distributed computing!
Cross's guess was right.
It's so inefficient, though. Early IoT devices barely had any security, but the new ones have tons of anti-hacking measures. I don't know how many devices he's using, but preparing this attack system must have taken months.
But it's only been 2 weeks since the high hack.
Was Cicada preparing multiple quests at the same time?
Bad news, blow a fuse! There was a backdoor!
Huh? In what?
In the IoT devices on the list!
Cicada built a path for himself?
That would explain how he managed to bypass the system security.
No! It's been there from the start!
From the start? What do you mean?
Some countries put backdoors into the stuff they make, so they can spy on other countries. You know the rumors, right?
Well, yeah. So what, all the malfunctioning devices are like that?
They all got comms chips made in the same factory.
Chip factories produced chips in large batches and exported them to many countries. If they were cheap and effective, it was surprising they'd be used in lots of devices.
So Cicada knew how to get through the back door?
Now we knew exactly what he was doing. He was using the backdoor in the chips to infect the IoT devices with a virus, forcing them to contribute to his distributed computing scheme. These devices gave the parent device processing power equal to that of a supercomputer, and Cicada was using it to attack the picked servers. Since the hacking pathway changed every second, though, there must have been multiple parent devices. This was a step forward. Looking into the IoT devices was the right idea.
Let's shut down the distributed computing and stop the hack. We gotta cut off the 51% attack on Tokyo Mitsubishi Bank.
I finally knew the path we had to follow.
So we just gotta stop all the devices?
No, there's too many of them.
I didn't know how many devices were being used for the distributed computing, but there had to be over 100.
We should look for the parent devices. In general, the children only provide processing power. The actual hacking is being done by the parents.
Think we can find him?
We're gonna need more info to find them all. I want you to check the other IoT devices.
Gotcha.
We already knew what the devices had in common. They were all equipped with the same comms chip. Knowing that helped us find other devices that weren't on the CAA's list.
What's this?
We contacted some of the makers of the devices with those chips and asked them to share the registered buyers' addresses. We only have information on buyers in the city, but it should be enough.
Wow, you work fast.
We'll look into the ones we've colored. Please investigate the rest of them.
No, and I'll check the ones out in Chuo.
Do me a favor and share any info you get with Cross. Oh, you're back.
My ride was done being a decoy for the hackers. No one was following it, so it must have lost all those tweets.
Perfect timing.
Now I could go see those devices at max speed.
What? No!
I heard a shaky voice over BMI.
What's wrong?
My school! My school's on fire!
What?
I couldn't stay still, with that as the only reason I'd made my way here. But Charugaoka Elementary was in a bad way. The chopper that had crashed into the roof had broken through to the 4th floor. It had caught fire and the fire was spreading. The flames had isolated a classroom at the end of a hallway. I could hear children crying inside.
Don't breathe the smoke! Get on the floor and cover your mouths!
Hang in there until rescue comes! It's gonna be okay!
The teachers outside were shouting to the trapped children, but I didn't know if the trapped kids could even hear them.
Twist the faucet some more! The water pressure's too low!
I can't! This is as far as it goes!
Why isn't the fire suppression working? It must have broken when the chopper fell!
Help us carry the buckets! Please! Keep the water coming!
Slow the spread until the fire trucks get here!
Both adults and students had gathered and everyone was trying to fight the fire. They just didn't have enough water.
What can I do?
People were already doing everything they could, but it wasn't enough to put out the fire. It wasn't even enough to keep it from spreading. Would I even be of help if I joined in? I was just one girl.
Mom, you're at Hota, right? No. Why? That's my school. I'm trying to get there too, but I'm stuck in traffic. But I wanted to help, so I was checking online and I saw you on stream.
Momo, you're there to put out the fire, right? What's the situation? Think it can be done?
No.
Momo?
Everyone's doing all they can, but it's not enough. They can't stop the flames.
Calm down.
I hate myself. I know my priority is to save the world, but I really wanted to do something about this. And here I am, being completely useless.
The more I said, the more I hated myself. It made me realize I was powerless. Trying to have everything when I can't do anything.
That's the kind of selfishness I like.
You... what?
If you want to have it all, you gotta make up your mind and rush in there.
He wasn't giving up, not even in a situation like this, this hopeless. How? Was it just optimistic? That couldn't be it, because...
Money? Fame? Is that all you care about? No wonder you all suck. I'm here to help whoever's in a you say
Yeah. He'd already decided to give his all, no matter what happened. I'd come here all the way from the Vatican to change fate. I'd sacrificed my associates and done all I could to make it this far. It didn't matter how hard it was, however desperate the situation. I wanted to change it. I wanted to change fate to prevent the end and their deaths. And the curse that hurts everyone around me, if that was fated too, I
have to do something.
I looked around for a means to put out the fire. Empty fire extinguishers were scattered about the school grounds. I couldn't even see lights of the fire trucks, no matter where I looked. But beyond that, I saw it. Something that could turn things around. But was it really okay for me to try it? Could I really change fate? Was it really...
Momo, go! Rush in there!
Excuse me! Please help me put out the fire!
Huh? But how?
Do you see that water tank? If you could position it above the school with the crane.
Wait, hold on! That's insane! We should wait for the fire truck!
There's no time! Please, I beg you!
But...
Chief, let's do it.
I'm sure we can do it if we work together.
You're right. Okay, let's give it a shot. Can you two hook cable to the water tank?
Yes! Thank you!
Go ahead, raise it up!
All right, let's tighten the cable. An error? Why? Oh, shit! The device isn't responding!
Let's bring the crane back! We'll switch it out!
Isn't there another way? We have no time!
The manual control of the device might work, but...
I'll do it!
It's too dangerous!
I have to try! The touchscreen is on!
Set the number to maximum, then hit the confirm button.
Come on! Please? empire's gone. It's all gone. I did it. I saved them. If I'm with Polon, maybe...
Can't dispel the curse. I can't save the world. Huh.
Alright, next.
After connecting to a malfunctioning IoT AC unit and prepping an entry point for Cross, I took off on my Graper to find another device.
The one closest to here is...
The news.
You put out the fire!
Yes, somehow. Some students did have light burns. Ambulances are coming soon. Mom! Thank you so much! Message your friends, okay? Okay!
Polon, I've pinpointed the parent devices. These 6 are attacking in a cycle. I'll check each one as thoroughly as I can. Hopefully I can find a way to stop it. It'll take time, so you go secure the other parents.
You can't stop them remotely?
This'll get rough if the other hackers start flooding traffic to the parent devices. It'll be like the airplane Wi-Fi during the high hack.
Oh, I get it.
By securing the parent devices, we could block malicious interference too. It was a solid plan.
We need to get to the parent devices as soon as possible. Which ones are you closest to?
We're near Ginza.
I can send subordinates to Oshiage and Marunouchi.
I was closest to the parent in Shibuya, so that left the ones in Nakao and Ogikubo. And since Cross couldn't go anywhere...
Momo, can you go to Nakano Broadway?
Leave it to me.
What about Ogikubo?
I'll go there myself. The parent in Shibuya is just a security cam, so I can just grab it and go.
Probably.
Wait! Ogikubo's got my name on it.
Huh? Don't you have school to worry about?
Not school, tests. And the tests were postponed, so...
Yeah, the verification errors still hadn't been fixed.
Alright, take care of Ogikubo.
Woo! Your man's helping with the quest!
I switched maps to check the parent locations again. Since everyone was pitching in, I only had one to worry about.
Let's go.
Hold on.
Huh? The Cyberforce dolls?
I got an unexpected call from Bambi Kurashino.
You picked a fight with the hackers, didn't you?
I wasn't picking a fight. I was just laying down the truth. I'm the one who's gonna clear the face hack quest.
Abriza. Interessantes verpasst. Bisschen was. Ja. Also von der Quest her sind sie jetzt nicht super viel weitergekommen. Außer dass die halt die Maschinen, die Geräte gefunden haben, die halt für diesen Hack und so weiter verantwortlich sind. Und ja, sind jetzt gerade dabei, sich drum zu kümmern. Um die ganzen Sachen. Und währenddessen ist irgendwie ein Helikopter in der Grundschule reingecrashed und Momo hat das Feuer, das da ausgebrochen ist, gelöscht. Ja.
I'm not sure if you're to thank for it, but some hackers quit the quest and started doing rescue work around the city.
Naja, stimmt. Da waren noch irgendwie andere Hacker, die halt auch Quest machen wollten und so weiter. Und die haben uns ein bisschen angegriffen und dann hat Polon irgendwie eine komische Rede gehalten und ja, abgehängt die ganzen Hacker. Ist halt genug. Morgen nach der Arbeit noch anschauen. Ja, also ich war ganz cool. Also ja, kann man sich schon anschauen. Ich meine, trägt jetzt nicht super viel zur großen Story und so weiter bei, aber war ein ganz cooler Moment.
They're helping people out with the verification errors and stuff like that.
Damn, I got clouds!
Don't get cocky, but, well, I'll just say it's a good change. I can finally focus on my own work now.
You could just say thank you.
No way! You're too deep into the legal gray area. Act within the confines of the law. Got it?
I'm trying.
Try harder!
All right already.
The crowd at the intersection slowed me down. Everyone was ignoring the red light on the pedestrian crossing and looking up at the AR vision overhead.
The 51% attack counter.
Someone had hacked the vision, so instead of displaying ads like usual, it showed the progress of the 51% attack on each country and bank. Every one of them was already over 40%.
I got less than an hour left.
Anxiety, irritation, anger, grief, fear, despair. The people nearby were showing a whole range of emotions.
Oh, this is bad! The entire world's panicking! Shit! The internet's saying that banks are flooded with people who can't access their accounts. They're demanding cash withdrawals.
Can banks even do that right now?
They're getting the verification errors. I guess someone could withdraw if they got lucky, though.
If things like this were happening before the blockchain was even breached, what would happen if it was? Were we heading for the worst case scenario also mentioned, a world war?
Move! Get out of my way! Come on, I'm in a hurry!
I hammered my grapes horn and opened a path. Seconds later, I was speeding towards the parent device in Shibuya.
There it is.
I found what we were looking for at the entrance to an old mixed-use building. It was the camera.
Hey, think we could stop the hack if we just turned it off?
I doubt Cicada would make it that easy. Even if one parent is physically deactivated, I'm pretty sure another would take its place.
You're probably right.
It was a shame we couldn't end this by turning the parents off. It was gonna be tough to deal with the other hackers once they caught up.
Guess I'll take it.
Staying hidden from the people coming in and out of the building, I stood on a plant pot and reached up to hook into the camera.
First, the connection.
Turning it off from the network would be the same as turning it off physically, so I set it to stay connected even after I took it outside. Next, the power. I took some batteries out of my bag and shoved them into the security cam.
Takaoka, when you need permission to secure the parent device...
I'll contact them if I have to.
Looks like I was too late.
I'll be more careful next time.
I'll temper my expectations.
Finally, I removed the screws attaching the camera to the wall.
There we go.
I put it away in my bag.
Got mine.
Momo was the only one without her own means of transport, so I decided to check up
Where
on
are you
her.
now?
I'm passing through Shinjuku in a taxi.
I'm coming to you.
Oh?
Taxi's way too slow. I'll grab you and get to our destination ASAP.
Okay. Hold on!
Momo jumped out of a taxi and ran up to me. I thought of just saying hey, something, but her face was serious.
Hold on, please. Let me join Nakano Symphonies.
Huh?
I believe that as long as I'm with your group, I can do anything. But that's exactly why I have to stop relying on your help. I want to be an Anon with a bright future who can't sit idly by when someone's in need. I want to help people. And you, too.
Well, I guess I don't mind.
Stop being shy, man. You gotta be honest every now and then.
I'm not being shy!
I wouldn't mind having another team member.
Damn it.
I let out a small sigh and looked at Momo again.
I get that you want to do what you can to help us, but first things first, we gotta save the world. That's still our #1 goal. That's something we're doing for all of us.
Okay.
We'd be happy to have you, Momo. Welcome to Nakano Symphonies.
Thank you so much.
Don't mention it.
Woohoo! Welcome, Izaki.
I was welcoming her. He wasn't even one of us.
Don't get carried away now.
I know! Hop on, Momo. We're going.
I stretched out my hand and she held it tight.
Okay.
She jumped onto the graper and wrapped her arms around my waist. I'd missed her warmth on my back. Before I got too comfy, I pulled myself together and revved my graper. Wind shared a 4chan window over BMI.
The other hackers found the parent devices.
There they are. You found a way to stop the hack?
I just finished building a patch that'll do it. Sharing it now. Wire the devices and install it.
Still riding my graper, I set up a wired connection between the cam and my carrier node, then installed Cross's patch.
I stopped Shibuya's parent device.
The 2 we've secured have also stopped operating the program.
We stopped ours too!
The parent devices were being neutralized one after another. The only ones hacking were the ones in Ogikubo and Nakano.
I stopped the one in Ogikubo. I joined midway through the quest, but I'm happy I could help you all.
Hey, thanks. You can join Nakano Symphonies too if you want.
I won't. I'm gonna be Nakano's #1 and only one.
What did he even mean by that?
You can count on me to keep giving you lots of useful info, though. Let's stay pals!
What a weirdo. He'd gone out of his way to hang out with us, but he didn't want to be part of the team. Whatever.
Ours is the only one left, and then it's over.
Nakano's parent device was here in Nakano Broadway. Floors 5 to 10 of Nakano Broadway were an apartment complex, and our target was on the 8th. But man...
It's oddly quiet.
The whole building's closed up because of the verification errors. The people living in the apartments were told to evacuate, too.
So all the residents were in a shelter, huh? That was good for us. If nobody was around, we could get in, grab the parent device, and end this whole thing without anyone stopping us. Mr. Zamezu would get mad at us, though, huh?
Hey, you okay?
Huh? We're fine. Did something happen?
Got some interesting info. Take a look.
Hook. Sent me some pictures of places covered in soot.
Did something get burned here? What am I looking at?
I noticed something is extremely off, and I cut my words short. The images in the pictures were impossible to make sense of.
Are those legs?
Legs from the knees down. They were lying in the burned places, still wearing shoes or socks. One pair was next to a sofa, another next to a public toilet, and a third pair on a bed.
What the hell is this?
This has gotta be paranormal!
Did someone cut the legs off and leave them there? How else can you explain the lack of bones at the scene?
It's not clear what happened here, but these scenes are real similar to what you see after spontaneous human combustion.
Spontaneous human combustion?
It's when burned remains are found in places without any signs of fire. People assume the body just went up in flames on its own. There's been a bunch of recorded cases through the years. The cause is still a mystery.
So it's like an occult thing?
Yeah, but this actually happened. Remains like these have been found in and around the city over the last few days. Cops thought it was an arsonist serial killer. They couldn't prove any were homicides, so they reclassified them as self-immolation cases. They were investigating in secret, but I got this info when restrictions got lifted after the switch.
What do these incidents have to do with us?
All the victims are hackers.
Was this related to the Holy Office 513? I looked to Momo.
It could be him.
Her expression was stern.
You know something about this?
I might. At the very least, I know that such a miracle could have only been caused by an agent.
A miracle?
Do you remember how I said your face flashed in my mind before I met you? That was one of them. One may consider this as a miracle.
Momo had used the word miracle before. I figured it was just a figure of speech, but maybe there was more to it.
We should go. We don't have much time.
Yeah, let's get going.
51% attack was almost complete. We took the elevator to the 8th floor.
Hey, can you tell me more about the miracles? What can the agents do?
I asked as we headed towards the room with the parent
They
device.
have strange powers called sacraments. Clairvoyance, instant weapon manifestation, body hardening, pyrokinesis. They can cause phenomena most would consider impossible.
What?
Huh? For real? It's like they have manga superpowers.
Pyrokinesis was the creation of fire, so was the agent with that power responsible for the burned remains? Wait, why was it taking the stuff at face value?
There's gotta be some sort of trick to it, right?
I don't know. Only a tiny fraction of those in the upper echelon know the truth.
Figures.
That was too bad. If we knew how these powers worked, we would have been prepared if we encountered it.
Remember how I told you that their job is to protect the Fate Line?
Yeah, they're doing whatever they can to make sure the world ends like they want, right?
It seems contradictory, but sacraments actually affect the Fate Line.
Huh?
That's how powerful they are. Since they're against influencing the Fate Line, though, they decided to pay a sort of toll whenever they use their sacraments. The nature of the tolls is secret, but I heard that they affect the agents themselves, and differ depending on the sacrament.
So they can't abuse their powers then?
I guess they'd have a price to pay for going wild with their abilities.
Hold on, that's the room.
Hearing Cross's words, I came to a stop. We'd found the room we were looking for. The last parent device was here. The door wasn't locked, probably because whoever lived here was in a hurry to leave.
Let's go.
I felt something was off the moment I stepped inside. This was a whole new kind of silence. Strange warmth. A vague scent I couldn't describe. I instinctively opened the door wide to secure a way out. I passed the short hallway and went into the living room. It was a large room, about 20 square meters in size. The sun was shining outside, but with the light off, the place felt like an abandoned house in the mountains. There was a red couch set next to the window, and sitting on it was a man. I knew right away he was a Westerner. His face was chiseled, with several scars on it. It was obviously bad news.
Agent Davide.
Oh, how I have waited for you, Lucia.
He cheerfully snapped the fingers of the hand he'd placed on the giant cross nearby. The scent from before, the smell of something burning, was coming from him.
This reunion is a blessing indeed. Mother Mary, I give you thanks.
Don't speak the name of Our Lady. You're no man of God. You're a murderer!
Vile sinners who dare deny the world of its hallowed end. My trespasses are beneath notice compared to your blasphemous acts.
A sin is a sin. Why did you have to kill my associates?
Those who defy the will of Our Lady shall be judged. To turn my eyes away from betrayers is to invite tragedy akin to our Lord's crucifixion.
Judgment and murder aren't...
Close your blackened mouth! Test not my mercy. Know that your moves are that of Judas, and your tongue the cursed serpent's.
He took a deep breath to calm himself down.
My mission this time is to capture you. However, I was also told that if sacrifices must be made to fulfill that, then so be it. Thus, you will be sacrificed. I can secure your lifeless corpse once the deed is done.
Davide stood up from the sofa. He was gigantic. His head was inches from the ceiling. He bent his hulking frame to pick up the device on the side table, the final parent device, so he could take it with him. The progress of the 51% attack was at 47%. We probably had less than 10 minutes before it was complete. We had to do something now.
You there, whelp. Flee and you will find me merciful.
That's my line. Put that device down and get out. I'm letting you go.
Hallelujah! Such rambunctious prey! Verily, a gift from Mother Mary herself! I thank thee for thy blessing, revered virgin, and partake heartily!
Davide raised the cross as if it weighed nothing at all.
I pray that you are prepared, sinners! The fiery pit of hell awaits!
He spun the cross like a sword. It whooshed as it cut through the air. It scraped against the ceiling and walls, leaving holes behind, fragments of the destruction scattered across the room. But he didn't flinch. If anything, he was spinning it even faster than before. This guy was unhinged. I heard the sound of several locks activating. Then noticed the windows in the room were locking up.
That thing's an input device?
Swinging was how he input his commands. What the hell? It wasn't just the windows. He must have sealed off all the possible exits. We were trapped. And since he did all that in a matter of moments, he has control over Nakano Broadway's security.
Momo, get outside!
We wouldn't stand a chance if he attacked us in here. We ran through the short hallway as fast as we could. Then outside, through the door I'd left open. Without slowing down, we sprinted through the passageway.
Cross, take back the building's security!
I started already, but it's gonna take a while.
I'll buy you the time.
I looked around. There were a bunch of rooms, but Davide had locked them all up, so we couldn't use any of them to escape.
Here!
I led Momo down the emergency stairs. We went down 2 floors, then entered the passageway there. Now that we were slightly ahead of Davide, I had enough time to force him into a room. I took the fire extinguisher on the wall and came to a door nearby.
Open up!
Smashed the doorknob off, breaking the lock, and we both hurried inside.
We've got to barricade this. Help me push the furniture.
Okay.
We moved shelves and tables to the door.
Where did you go?
Wherever could my prey have gone? Few things are as joyous as the hunt. What a glorious, saccharine encounter!
I heard Davide's cheerful voice outside, but I didn't have time to worry about it. We needed to buy Cross enough time to take over the building security.
I guess this is the best we can do.
I am blessed by Maria herself. I feel Our Lady's love coursing through me.
We placed enough furniture to cover the entire door. Even someone of Davide's size would need time to break through. At least that's what I hoped. We'd fight back when Cross took over the security. For now, we could only run, but if we put him in our position, we could set up a plan to take him out.
So, he's the one who killed your buddies?
Momo nodded gently.
I see.
Seeing this guy again must have been pretty hard on her nerves.
His name is Davide Yesue. He's an agent of the Holy Office 513, and his sacrament is pyrokinesis.
Is he the one behind the burned bodies?
Most likely. The remains of one of my associates looked like those in the photos.
Momo's face was twisted in pain. She probably wanted to run, but her will was keeping her right here. She lost her buddies and was overcome by fear, but she still wanted to save the world. I noticed I couldn't hear Davide's voice anymore. I couldn't even hear his footsteps. Had we lost him? That would get us all the time we needed. Someone was slamming aggressively into the door, over and over. There was a madman on the other side. I took a step back and braced myself. We'd barricaded ourselves, but I had no idea how long it'd hold. We couldn't relax for even a second.
The sound stopped?
Look! Over there!
Momo was pointing between some furniture. There was a door, and it had a white glimmer about it.
Smoke?
The next moment, something strange happened. A small part of the door turned slightly red, but that part started to grow. And soon the shape of the whole door was changing.
That bastard even melts metal?
No.
The door was softening like cheese as it melted. I could see outside through the part the heat had collapsed.
Found you.
Davide laughed as he reached inside. His pale hand, no longer gloved, touched the pile of furniture. And it started burning too.
Is that his sacrament?
The furniture had caught fire in under a second.
It's gotta be an illusion. Shit! It's actually real!
It actually created fire from his bare hands.
A flame unbound by mercy is a thing of beauty indeed. It calls to mind the grace brought down upon Sodom and Gomorrah. Have patience, my lambs. These flames will soon seize you.
The furniture was turning to ash around us. One after another, each piece crumbled.
Shit, we gotta do something!
Did we have to move to the living room? But even if we did, there wouldn't be any furniture to block him with. Davide kicked the door. All the furniture fell apart, and the door we'd worked hard to barricade hung wide open.
What an intoxicating scent! That which flame is warped bears the magnificent stench of death. Yet the finest aroma of all wafts from those touched by my burning caress.
Barely containing his excitement, Davide stepped inside. I stood in front of Momo.
Find an opening and run!
But...
Don't worry, I'm not dying here.
Even in the shadow of death, you protect your neighbor. So yours is a self-sacrificing spirit. Very well! You shall be the first to arrive at the gates of hell.
Davide extended his gloved hand. I stood before him, refusing to budge.
Go!
Then shouted for a moment to get out.
I will savor the fragrance of your demise, my child.
He grabbed my left arm with his right hand. His grip was too overwhelming. I'd never be able to shake him off. As I struggled in vain, he lifted his left hand to his mouth, then used his mouth to remove his glove. I saw his pale, ill-looking hand, and when I saw it, a question came to mind. Why? Why didn't he just keep the gloves off? He must have known he was gonna use the sacrament again. Were the gloves special in some way? I grabbed a nearby vase.
Bastard!
I tried to smash the vase over him, but he blocked it with his left hand, just as I'd expected. The next moment, the glass vase melted and fell to the floor. I couldn't see any change in his left hand.
Don't interfere with your divine retribution!
His anger flared up, but he didn't attack me right away. There had to be something to this, something I couldn't see.
What are you hiding?
I suppressed my fear and reached for him. My hand touched his left. It wasn't burning, it was...
Hold.
Looking at his left hand through a thermographic filter, I saw that it was completely black. Black represented the lowest temperatures. His body temperature's way down.
You little whelp!
As the black faded, his entire body dropped slightly in temperature. This was the toll Momo was talking about. The weakness that came with his sacrament. His body temperature fell when he conjured fire, and since his hands lost the most heat, he'd been hiding them to keep his weakness secret. Hypothermia was immobilizing. If we got him to overuse his sacrament, we could just about freeze him in place. And if we couldn't move, we could get the parent device off him. The next thing I knew, the Vida's left hand was turning white. In thermography, that color represented the highest temperatures. If this hit me, that would be bad news.
Shit! You let me go!
Taste the flame of retribution! Relish the embrace of everlasting fire!
His hand was getting closer. The heat it gave off was warping the very air around it.
Fuck!
It touched my cheek. Pain overwhelmed me. Smoke rose from my face. I could smell my own flesh burning.
There it is! The scent of rapture overwhelming! Hallelujah!
The flame spread instantly throughout my whole body. I could feel only heat, only pain. All thought disappeared from my mind in an instant. My instincts took over as I struggled desperately to escape the fire. But Davide's grip was too tight. The energy drained from my body. Flames engulfed my vision. The sound of burning cut off as my hearing failed. And everything faded to black. Vida's toll has been revealed, but a fair fight against him requires ample preparation. Loading and setting the stage for the encounter should lead to a favorable outcome. Okay. Ja, dann bereiten wir das noch für nächstes Mal vor. Left hand was turning white. Ah, okay.
Now's the time?
Ja.
Shit! You let me... Now's the time?
Taste the flame!
Now's the time? Now's the time? Fuck! Now's the time?
Ja.
Now's the time?
Polon, ernsthaft?
Now's the time? Now's the time? Now's the time?
Na, jetzt ist eh zu spät.
Now's the time?
Ernsthaft?
Now's the time? 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 Fuck! Now's the time?
Wieso?
Now's the time? Cold.
You little whelp.
This was the toll. Weakness. Ja. Ja, okay. So, kann ich jetzt?
Now's the time?
Bin ich gerade wieder dahin. Nice.
You little whelp.
Now's the time?
Ja. We didn't have much time left anyway. 51% attack was at 50%. We didn't even have the security yet. And we were probably gonna fail at this rate. It was all or nothing. Hallo, Test. Okay. So, dann können wir hier nächstes Mal weitermachen.